So we are now towards the end of our course. So before ending, let us have a look at a few accessories of Raspberry Pi. So two of very common accessories that we have picked up is camera and display. So let us have a look at how to use the camera and the display. So here are the accessories that we'll be using. So first of all, this is the display hat. So hats are like they directly fit on Raspberry Pi pins. So let me show you. Let me focus here. Okay, so this hat actually directly go here. So you match the last pin there. So it goes edge to edge like this. So there are many types of hats, sensor hats, and also some 7 segment displays. So you can use those hats. You can find them in internet and you can buy if you want to. So this is one. So another thing is we'll talk about the camera. So this is Raspberry Pi camera revision 1.3. So we'll use it to take snap still photo and video also. So the main problem that you face with the camera, sometimes the Raspberry Pi will say no camera detected. That is mainly because of loose connection. So there are 3 points of failures. So first is this connector goes into Raspberry Pi. I'll show you how. And then next point is this. Okay, so this actually when you buy it, it comes actually already fitted, but sometimes this is loose, so you may want to like remove it and reinsert. And the third point of failure is here. So this is also a connector. It is like this. Okay, so it can also be loose. So please mind these 3 points. So this is it about the connection. Now let me show you how to insert this into Raspberry Pi. So this is the place where you need to put the camera in. Okay, so you can see the camera written here. So what you need to do, you need to open up this flap. Okay, the back, pull it up and push down a little bit, then insert this ribbon. So this open connector should be facing your HDMI port, and then insert this here and then push. And then so I'm facing a little problem because holding it by both my hands to show you in the camera. Okay, and then press the flap behind. Okay, so this way you should securely put it there. Okay, so this is the camera done. So we'll do some project with it, and then you can have this power bank. So if you want to run your Raspberry Pi standalone. Okay, so now let us get into the coding and do some project with them. So after we have connected our camera to the Raspberry Pi, we need to activate the camera. So that is done through preference, and then go to Raspberry Pi configuration, and inside the configuration we'll find interfaces. So you need to go to interface and just enable the camera and say OK. So once you say OK, it will ask you for reboot. So you need to restart the machine. So once that is done, we are ready to use our camera. So now to use the camera, just to check if the camera is working or not. So I have now activated this here. So you can see in my camera, the camera module, there is a LED, red LED light on the camera. So it is very easy to use the camera. So you just need to mention where you want the photo to come. So either you just change to that folder, that directory where you want the photos, and then you can like just easy command raspi steel then -o, then you just need to mention the file name that you want, cam.jpg say, and you press enter. Once you press enter, the camera is in preview mode for 5 seconds, and during that time a red LED will lit up, and then it will take the photo. Okay, so let me press enter. So you can see the red LED come up here, and it will take a preview of 5 seconds, and then we see the photo come here. So here is the photo. We double click it to open it. So you can see here is the photo. It is of the mobile stand. Okay, so it is upside down. So what you can do, either you like physically make your camera upside down, or there are options like so. I just press again the up button. So before your you can so I need to use a new file name, say camera.jpg, of course, or you can just delete the old file name and use it again, and then need to use VF, that is for vertical flip, and then HF, so this is for horizontal flip. So I want it to rotate, okay, and then I press enter. So again the LED lit up, okay, and then I see the photo come here again. So let me see now. So you can see it upside down proper. So that is the switches that you can use. There are many other switches, so you can go and like consult Raspberry Pi Steel documentation. Okay, this is for Raspberry Pi Steel documentation here. So there are many options here. So now we'll have a look at the video. We can do video also. Okay, so let us have a look at the video. So video is a format H264. So this is the command. Let me copy it. So by default it runs for 5-second video, and you can like extend the time. So there are switches. So let me paste it here, and so it will go to the desktop, and after pressing enter, let me see what happens. So there should be some movement, otherwise you don't know it is a video. So I'm doing some movement here. Okay, so it is done. So these videos can be run actually by VLC players only. This H264 format cannot be run by media player, or you can convert it to MP4, then it will run. So here it is. Also you see my hands moving there. So these are short videos, so let me do a long video. So that is done. Like after this you just put a -T and then your time in milliseconds. So I want a video for 10 seconds, and of course I need to change the file name, otherwise it will not be able to read it here. So let me put it as video. Okay, so this is a 10-second video. You can also use horizontal flip, vertical flip here also. So I'm not doing that. You can use those switches as well here. So after I press enter, so this LED come up. Now let me do this thing where it is actually focusing, I don't know. So I'm doing all over it. So so now let me see. So let us see now the video what comes up. So here it is. So here is my hand. So it's a 10-second video. Okay, so I was not actually moving in front of camera, but you could see the video. So this is how the video thing work. Now there is actually this thing, one module called Pi camera. So I have already saved one code here. Let me see Pi. So there is a camera.py. So there is a module called Pi camera. So that Pi camera module, you can use Python to take pictures with, like, you can put a text overlay on top of it. You can give it some effects. Also you can schedule timer, like at what time you want to take a picture. Also you can like repeatedly take picture at regular intervals. So those kind of things can be done using Pi camera. So this is a Pi camera thing. So in the desktop it will so using this code, if you run this code, it will take a photo on the desktop. So what I want to see, there is no file called image, right? Camera, so no image. So let me run it. Okay, so let me run it with my hands in front of it. Okay, and I don't know, so we can see the LED is light up there. So it will also take 5 seconds to take the photo. Okay, so now let us see. It is very long time in the preview only. So we quit from here, and then we want to go to the desktop, and we want to see whether this is a file here. So here is the file. So you see with my hand, part of my hand, the photo is captured. So using Pi camera you can do a lot of creative things. So here's a documentation about Pi camera with Raspberry Pi. So a lot of resources here, so please refer this as well. So now let us have a look at the Raspberry Pi display, how to use this kind of display with our Raspberry Pi. Okay, so let me get into the Pi here. Okay, so just copy paste this text. Okay, so this is what is needed to be run in the CLI. So the first part up to here, this is for like putting your main display into this LCD in this OLED display rather than your HDMI, and the second part is to return back to the HDMI display, because it is in such a way you cannot have two displays at the same time. So either or, so either you use the smaller display or you use the bigger display. So the first code we would like to run here. Okay, so Control C and then go to, and just you cannot do Control V here, right click and do paste. Okay, so once this is done, it will take some time and your display will go off. Okay, and so you need to reboot it, and next time when you reboot, it will not come in your HDMI display, rather it will come to your smaller OLED display. So after we run that, here we are on the screen. So you can see here Raspberry Pi. So you can click that, we can open our programs. Okay, and then but manually like clickability and copy paste etc is a bit difficult, so we have files and folders, everything here, so you can like run something and display it on the Raspberry Pi display. So this is it. So now we need to revert back actually. So for that you need to like open this, and then you need to copy paste this bottom part of it. Okay, so the best thing to do that is to use a mouse. You cannot use with a stylus like this. So I will now attach a mouse here, and then I will copy the below part and again run it on the our CLI, and then we'll revert back to our main desktop. So that is how it is used with display.